Oh, he knew exactly what he was doing. Because who we all still banging on about 2 years later. And I don't like to speak ill of the dead or anything, but what happened to him? Bastard deserved it all.
We wanted to experiment with the idea of seeing the characters in two different timelines. The body of the drama is about them in the present day, but I always thought it would be interesting to show where they end up, and it provokes endless questions in the audience's mind about how they got there and what the journey was on the way.
A few of the key characters are relaying what's happened to them and how the story worked out, and their relationship to Jack and how Jack died.
It's a really ambitious device. It asks questions of, well, how did they get there? How did we, come to this place with this character?
Documentary has become one of the most dramatic genres for a lot of people. I know for me, I'm a big fan of it. So to see that Chris has managed to combine the two, we are creating like a true crime doc, but then going into a really detailed, dramatic storytelling is something I certainly haven't seen before.
It was one of the attractions of reading the script, because that's quite unusual.
Someone's in a prison and I'm sort of look like an absolute car crash. Part of it is wanting to know why and how they got there.
The device itself allows you to see the character in a slightly different way. They're talking more or less to you, the audience. So again, they're drawing you in. I've been inspired by the different genres of crime fiction, stories that purport to be true. They may or may not be, probably not. I wrote a true life crime story called The Thief, His Wife and the Canoe, and the audience really engaged with it in a very different way because it was true. So I know these are all interesting areas that you can draw on when you're making a story like this.
Everywhere you look, every single direction, you see another fucked up son, daughter or wife who you knew were capable of anything. Absolutely anything.
Tom, the director, has done quite a lot of improvisation with the actors and sort of playing around with the dialogue as well. It's been really fun.
We were influenced by sort of modern documentaries. So as well as doing a straight interview like this, we filmed the characters walking in and having their mics put on and, sort of looking off and stretching and sort of having little off moments, and try to sort of capture stuff that's quite dynamic and natural feeling. But also it kind of integrates with how we shot the drama, so that you get a kind of blurring between the two. So there's a sense that you can cross-cut between them, and it's not as jarring as being knocked out into a very different style. The documentary element was quite intense because it's just one character, and especially with Sally, who has an awful lot to say in those. That was quite an intense day that we spent just doing all of her pieces in there.
Actually, that was one of the most striking things for me as an actor approaching the part. When you first meet Sally, she's in prison. We see a character that is almost unrecognizable to the woman that you then flash back and see, which is Sally in all her regalia, a glamorous, successful woman. It's almost like playing two different characters, trying to track how she got from one place to the other. Yeah, it's a really exciting challenge.
We are allowing the audience to really look at them in a really forensic way and try and understand what that sort of revelation does to someone. And that's really what the whole series is about, trying to understand people's psychology, people particularly who have been born into a family led by quite a toxic man.